Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we are going to be going down memory lane once again in Yu-Gi-Oh! And going through a piece of Yu-Gi-Oh! History. Now, as I told you guys a while ago, I was actually going through my, stuff that I've had in my garage ever since my father passed away a few years ago, and I've been cleaning it out and whatnot over the years, slowly. And a couple of weeks ago, I showed to you guys some magazines that I've been pulling out. And to this week, because it's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Off season, I thought this would be kind of nice to go down some memories of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to be going through a 2004 Beckett magazine again. Now, this one I can't find a date for necessarily on here. I've looked through it. I just looked through it. It's got some cool stuff we're going to go over and talk about. But I can't find a date to save my life at all. Like, at all. Which sucks. I think it came out around Christmas. I know it came out in the later part of the year because it's got Christmas lights, Christmas trees in it. So I'm guessing like November, December of 2004. I have older ones from like 2003, 2002, but I cannot seem to find them. I'm pretty sure I packed them away. I even found something really cool actually when I was cleaning out the garage the same day I found this. I found my old Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Disk. You know, like the old OG one from Battle City? I found it and it still worked. So the lights don't work on it anymore, but I can still like duel on it, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, let's go through this memory lane thing. Hope you guys enjoy these. But see, this is why I think it came out around Christmas. They have all these Christmas lights and everything. And we also have, because they're talking about things that came out later on, and they're going to be talking about fake Yu-Gi-Oh! God cards and things of that nature in here. Dungeon Dice. All the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon product you could ever want. I did not know this, but we're going to talk about this in a bit. They actually had Yu-Gi-Oh! Hot Wheel cars. I never saw these as a kid. That'd be so awesome to have Yu-Gi-Oh! Lunch boxes. Oh my gosh. So let's look at the top most popular cards, which leads me to believe this came out later in the year because they're talking about Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8, which did not come out till after the ban list of 2004. So this is post the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list of 2004. But number one, they have Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8, which I love to death. You have Mystic Swordsman level 4, for some reason. Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6. Blue Eye Shiny Dragon, because the movie had came out that fall. Dark Magician Girl, why not? Chaos Emperor Dragon, D-Mach, Exodia Necros, DD Warrior Lady, and finally, but not least, the Game Boy game promo of Raw. But yeah, you can definitely see how like these are the top hottest cards, they say, that people want. And then they're actually going through here again, I guess. It says Yu-Gi-Oh's top cards. And what they kind of did here, this is really interesting because I know Konami did this multiple years later. And what I mean by that is, I know like when they got into the GX era, they made a set with Dragon Master Knight in it. And they had like a little booklet, which I've always wanted because it looks super cool. And it showed like all the past sets of Yu-Gi-Oh! Up to that point in time. And some of the best cards and the chase cards and what people were playing back then. It's a cool little booklet that I've always wanted. But I never got the Dragon Master Knight thing. I got the card myself years later, but I never got the booklet. I think I threw it away, or somebody threw it away after I got the Dragon Master Knight. But yeah, but this here goes over the different sets and what were some of the most powerful cards out of each set. You see Pot of Greed from Legend of Blue Eyes. Then we go over to Metal Raiders. You got Mirror Force, Witch, Sangan, Heavy Storm. I mean, can you disagree with that? I mean, banned, was banned, was banned, was banned, was limited to 1, was banned, was still banned, was banned, banned. This is just a list of banned cards, dang it. Magic Ruler. Oh, look, all the banned cards again. Was banned still. Was banned. Banned. Came back and then we said, and banned it again a couple years ago. Banned and banned. Just a bunch of banned cards on this page, man. Okay, now we get to the non-banned cards. The not broken. Every card that came out of this set was broken. So we have like Pharaoh's Servant, Jinzo, Imperial Order, Premature, Call the Haunted, Nobleman, TT, United We Stand for Labyrinth of Nightmare, which I need to get my History of Yu-Gi-Oh! Video up for that. Actually, no, I'm over here now. I forgot about that. I already did a video on this one. But TT, Univistan, Kaiku, yeah, those were all like powerful cards. And it tells you a little bit, if you want to read and stop the video, it says on each one like why they were so powerful and why they were so good. You have Legend of Darkness, Yada, which defined a year of Yu-Gi-Oh! Fiber Jar, Exile Force, just Parshaft. Bunch of damn good cards here. Ring, Don, Metamorphosis. I forgot people actually used him back in the day. He was a good rare. And then one of my favorite sets, Magician's Force, Breaker, Tribe, Magical Scientist, Wave Motion Cannon, which, what was that burn deck? Cosmic Odyssey burn used this back in the day, I remember. That was so fucking long ago with that team, Cosmic. If you don't know who Cosmic Odyssey is, they were one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh teams in Yu-Gi-Oh's history in the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh. DD Warrior Lady, Vampire Lord, Reflect Bounder. This guy was used with a Pyramid Turtle, I remember. Skill Drain. Even back then they knew Skill Drain was broken, but they kept it at 3 for years. Invasion of Chaos. Oh, let's see here. The funny thing is here, Chaos Sorcerer is not on here, even though he came out as a common, which I'm kind of interested in. But you have BLS, Chaos Emperor Dragon, D-Mach, Berserk Gorilla, Enraged Battle Ox. And then this set was really, really not that good. Ancient Sanctuary. The only good thing that really came out was Limit Level B and Enemy Controller. But yeah, Blowback Dragon came out. So that's, yes, this has to be after the first ban list. Because after Ancient Sanctuary came out, we had the ban list. So yeah, this is after the first ban list. Then you have card rulings they talk about. Card cheaters. And this is something really cool. This is how, now, I'm going to tell you the story here. I told you this story before. This is how actually my grandmother got the original Egyptian God cards for me. I think she entered this thing here. Because I found 2 of these booklets. And if you guys go back to my card, every card has a story where I talk about the Egyptian God cards that I got from my grandmother. This is cut out from one of the booklets. Because my brother would get one and I would get one. So my grandmother would buy us both one. She was super nice and awesome. But that one's cut out. The little postmark here, send away for this. I think this is what she entered to get these Egyptian God cards. Because these are the same Game Boy promo ones. I think that's what she did. So I actually got them from Beckett. That's kind of a cool story, actually. It's really cool. I have no proof of it, but I really believe that's what she did. Because it's cut out. And I know I didn't mail it in. And then it talks about Battle City. Battle of the Gods. Talks about all the different God cards and their appearances in the Battle City anime. Then we talk about the Millennium items. Akiza's flat chest, which she's really not flat chested at all. She's very attractive. As I've grown older, I've actually started to look at Akiza in a different light. Like when I was growing up, I was like, oh, she's nice looking. But as I've grown up older, I'm like, damn, Akiza was actually pretty attractive. I just didn't notice it because of her crazy brother. And who will ever want to date Akiza, especially if her crazy brother looked like this? This is really cool here. This talks about Yu-Gi-Oh! Some of the hottest Yu-Gi-Oh! Toys out there for the Christmas season. You got Hot Wheels Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Hot Wheels Yu-Gi-Oh! Cars. Awesome. Egyptian God card figures. Awesome. A freaking Exodia Obliterates freaking toy. I want to know how much this toy is still worth to this day. The Dark Magician toy. And then you have the number 2. I love how they made this symbol as the hottest thing, the Dark Magician toy. Dark Magician girl toy. But the dual disc. Yeah, like I said, my lights don't work on them anymore, but the dual disc still works and everything. I'm so happy I found it. I'm going to have to wear it when I go to a convention or something eventually. And then it talks about some of the hottest Yu-Gi-Oh! Games that came out up to then. Duelist of the Roses, Sanctuary of the Cards, Dungeon Dice, which was probably the best offshoot game ever for Yu-Gi-Oh! And it talks about powerful cards. It says, oh, it talks about the Forbidden List. Because you have to remember, This was the first time they had ever had a forbidden list ever come out in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is what this is talking about. It's talking about the forbidden cards. So Yada, Chaos Emperor Dragon, Sangan, Witch, Delinquent Duo, Harpy's Feather Duster, Regeki, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Unite We Stand. It's talking about the banned cards that came on the list. Graceful Charity, Imperial Order, and Mirror Force was actually banned for a bit. So this is talking about the ban list of 2004. If you guys want to read that, it's really cool. It's really cool to go back and read these. I would highly suggest it, especially if you played back then. Then it talks about the top 10 cards coming out of the newest set of, honestly, one of my favorite sets in Yu-Gi-Oh! History. I really want to buy a box of it eventually because it came out with Armed Dragon and Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8. And I actually, when this set came out back in the day, I actually combined the two. Because they were dragon level archetypes. And they worked with Mass Dragon in multiple different ways. And they could work with other dragon-esque cards. And it was a very powerful deck. You mainly focused it on Horus level 8, but you also played a couple of Armed Dragon level, like one Armed Dragon level 7, 2 level 5s, Soul Exchange, maybe one little level 3. Level 6s you played pretty much 1, 2, and 1. And then you run things like Momonga, things to tribute off to bring them out. Jinzo you ran in there just because. And it was actually, you would think, well, that's a lot of tributes, man. It worked out pretty well, honestly, from playing the deck from back then. But I actually topped a locals a couple times with it back then. But never took that deck to regionals because it was more of a fun deck. But the pure Horus level 8 with Jinzo I did play back then. Because Royal... I'm trying to remember if what's that that stops all trap cards? That's a trap. Oh, I'm having a brain fart. I think that came out recently too, around this time frame. But yeah, great memories. I love this set. I really want to open up a couple packs eventually, or a box, but I don't have the money for that. Talks about Duelist Kingdom. Talks about all the Yu-Gi-Oh episodes up to then, which is really cool. You can purchase the movies. So cool, man. So cool. Talks. You can buy the Japanese Exodias, which you can now get, actually, if you go to your local card shop to purchase Yu-Gi-Oh! Product of $30. And then this is really cool. This is something really I always appreciate of Beckett. They actually talk about how you can tell fake God cards from real God cards. Fake? Real! So it talks about that. Talks about deck lists. And this is something you may want to play, especially Bushka out there. I know he loves these old decks, and you guys out there love them. This is an old fall 2004 Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna when I get to 2004, I will definitely build this deck on the channel. But this is a fall 2004 Obelisk the Tormentor deck. Granted, you can't play it competitively because you could not play the God cards in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in 2004. But for funsies, hell yeah. Why not? And it talks about more about the fake God cards and more about the anime, how you can tell the difference between real ones and fake ones. Okay, we got some Yu-Gi-Oh! Artwork for you guys out there. It's just so cool going down. Ooh, that Dark Magician looked good, I think. People always love drawing the Dark Magician for Pete's sake. I mean, look at this! A 14-year-old. Look at those boobs! My gosh! That's so big! I'm sorry, but they are. And then, this is how we used to... We didn't have John Moore to say, "What's good, YouTube? Today's prices are on the John Moore Show." No, we actually had to go look them up on price guides. That's how you found your Yu-Gi-Oh! Prices in 2004 back in the day. You didn't have John Moore every other day. I love you, John, but this is how we actually used to have to do it before you came along and other people started doing it, like MColt 40 and whatnot back in the day. So yeah, it even has prices for Pete's sake. This is the funny part. For some Japanese cards, which is something nobody does, and even for Yu-Gi-Oh! Product, it has price guides. Like, what's the normal price to buy Exodia Obliterate for 2003, for 2002 hot items, and Dungeon Dice monster things, and Yu-Gi-Oh pendants. What's the price for them? What are they worth? How much should I pay? It's too funny to go back down memory lane and see where win a box of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, that'd be awesome nowadays if people still did that. But yeah, this is just a fun thing to go down memory lane and just talk about Yu-Gi-Oh's history and where it's come from to nowadays. And I love doing these videos. Hope you enjoy them too. If you do, please leave me a thumbs up so I know. And until next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. And I'll see you guys all next time. Hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, everybody.